Welcome back. Jeevan Stonson does stocks. Made so a few changes. Grew my account from 600 to 5,000. Then I took a bit of a loss, and I withdrew then $3,200 profit from the account, leaving 827 in. I've now made $455 on that. Turned 827 into 1.2 something. Let's just show you the trades. Was pretty bullish. I mean, I know it's dropping down here, but the last time it gapped up a little bit, it went on a 1, 2, 3 day run. So, and then even on the days it gapped down, it still finished green on until it eventually had the backside here. And that was on like light volume. That was on 8 million volume. So I was short on this day when it traded 50 million. So I don't really know what the fuck I was thinking, because all of the signs here are of a bullish stock that if it holds at the open it's going to run. And with Trov on this first day, it's got a lot of volume, it's got a couple of million volume, low float, and it's got this kind of uptrend, and it's really holding that 149. And when a stock holds a key level, it's always soaking to squeeze. And then when it breaks the higher day, I mean, I'm lucky that I cut here, because I cut in the 187s. I was short quite big in the 160s, just thinking, let's go for it. I've been doing really well. And then I had to cover as it broke higher day. I was covering in the 187s, I remember. And then I was relieved to see it go into the 2s before it ultimately crashed and squeezed up again. I mean, hard on the long side, hard on the short side. But, and again, like when it starts having this upward grind, it's generally a sign it's going to squeeze. And with a low float, high volume, everyone's watching, it really can squeeze high, even if it does mean coming back down. So I should have just not been in this stock at all. And if you are going to be in this stock, you want to be shorting the double top around the 2s, and then when it breaks down, you take your profits in the 170s, 180s. When it starts edging up, you've got to be cutting really around this 183 break here. But what sadly the better short was, let it run a couple of days, and on the third day, once you get a big crack like this big crack here, it's generally a sign that it's over. So it's up 3 days, it's a junky downtrend in stock, the volume's gone. Once you get this kind of crack, you want to be shorting this bounce 244, you've got a massive 60-cent gain there. It's huge money on this day here, and like you can see that it's losing interest. You've got 50 million, then you've got a couple of days of consolidation of like 5, 6, 7 million. Tries again on this day here on the 25th, but it just doesn't have the volume. And once you get this big panic, I mean, you get the panic here and it comes back, you would short here and then you'd have to cut it. You'd short here, well, you wouldn't be shorting it towards the end of the day anyway, but it's more like when you get this morning, afternoon, it's done. Like this is like an end of the day squeeze, so it doesn't count, but this end of day breakdown it's much more typical of the end of the stock, and there'll be more backside on this probably. It's quite funny, you can like totally hear Aerosmith in the background. They've just cranked the music on. But A-pop was a more sensible short. I really regret that last short. It was so bullish. It's so important to look in hindsight to realise the stupid mistakes. Like that's a textbook fundamental mistake I made there. Being overconfident. So I'm glad I'm back at the small account. But anyway, failure here. Spikes but can't hold the spike here. Then when it gaps from 40, closing at 271, you've got people in massive profit. Yeah, unless it's a reverse split. I don't know if it's a reverse split and it's ran. But either way, if it's gone from 160 to 270 or 40 cents to 270, it's up even from the 160 to the 270, it's up like 65% on the day. So when it's a crappy stock and then it gaps from 270 to 370 overnight, all of the people who are long here, they've actually got, sorry reading that text, all the people that are long here, they're going to wake up to like 370 profits, and they're going to take profits at the first sign of weakness. So I thought I'll take a stab short in the 388s, thinking it's up so much. And I was building in from about the 370s, and it topped in the 4s, and I rode it all the way down. I remember taking a lot of profits in the 340s, potentially. I didn't take any of those three. My last cover was 312, I remember. I was fully out by 312, so I hit here, like on this next down. So you got one drop, two drops, and this is such a significant drop, you can't see it going much lower. And as for this stock now, probably generally you may have one more red day, around here, like a small red day, then it'll bounce, and then it'll come all the way down. It's the penny stock and framework pattern. And without being too optimistic and braggy, which I know I sometimes can be, I really feel like I've kind of figured out my way of profitable trading now. I had my first ever with profitable withdrawal. It wasn't a small one in comparison to a lot of traders. So I'm super excited just to build. It was 600 into 5,000. Next it'll be like 800 into 5 or 6,000 again, 5,000, 6,000. Just see how comfortable I feel. And then it'll be like 1,200 into 5,000, then 2,000 into 5,000 or 6,000, and then I'll go from 3,000 to 10,000, and I'm just gonna keep on going because it's so, trading is easy for me. It's just when I lose control of the emotions, when the stakes get a bit high, it's hard. But when I'm losing $80 to make $400, I don't care. I'm just running through the motions that I've done for years. It's when it starts like being make $2,000 or trying to make $3,000 to feel good. That's when it's bad. But when I know my account's only big enough to make 300, I kind of don't care. So peace out, live the dream, and learn from the trades.